Again, today's Tuesday, April 8th, 2025. This is my second reading. Some of you might wonder that why I am reading an English article and post it on YouTube while I am not a native speaker or my pronunciation is not perfect. Well, the reason is that I'm not a native speaker, yes. I am a Korean. I work for Korea Telecom KT, the number one carrier and the number one AI slash cloud service provider in Korea. If you want to have a business in Korea, you need to come see me because I can give you a free consultation on how to have the voice, data, and cloud needs in Korea with all the security assistive cameras and the mobile phones, IoTs, and everything, right? I am the go-to person in Korea if you need to have IT and telecommunication needs. And also by reading English article each day for 30 minutes on average, I get to speak English and practice exact pronunciation, and also always I can memorize good words, sentences, so that I could use them when I talk to a foreigner. Like John Jackson, are you there, Jackson? John, and Thomas Kim, Luke Viano, Brian Dean, Chris, and other Americans, other foreigners. So that's why I am here. Today we are going to learn 8 signs you may be lactose intolerant. This article is from Julie Hamilton, February 16th, 2025. I heard that about 60% of the world population is lactose intolerant, more so in the East than in the West. I think I am also lactose intolerant. So I'm going to steer clear away from pizzas, butters, margarines, mayonnaise, and other dairy products from now on. Raise your hand if your digestive system has been personally victimized by dairy products. If your hand is up, you are not alone. In fact, you are in the majority of people, not just around your country, but around the world. The thing is, with lactose intolerance, is that it affects everyone differently. For some people, it is quite severe. For others, effects are felt only after consuming large amounts of lactose-containing dairy products or products that are particularly high in lactose. If you are a milk, cheese, yogurt, and otherwise dairy lover, this is everything you need to know about lactose intolerance, the common signs and symptoms, and how to manage it. All about lactose and lactose intolerance. Lactose is the type of sugar present in milk, or I didn't know, dairy products. So I'm going to remember that sentence, right? Lactose is the type of sugar present in milk and dairy products, aka also known as products produced from milk of cows. Very good. Lactose is the type of sugar present in milk and dairy products. Lactose is composed of both of the molecules glucose and galactose. Intolerance to lactose, also known as lactose intolerance, is a common condition characterized by the body's inability to digest the lactose, which is the sugar present in milk and dairy products. Individuals who are lactose intolerant have low levels of the enzyme lactase, which is responsible for breaking down lactose into these two components. Individuals who are lactose intolerant have low levels of the enzyme lactase, which is responsible for breaking down lactose into these two components. What components? Molecules, glucose and galactose, right? Glucose and galactose. The 8 common signs that you may be lactose intolerant. You are probably reading that stat, 65%, and thinking, but that's the majority of the world's population. How is it then that in many countries around the world, milk and dairy products are still such a staple in people's diets? This is largely due to the fact that lactose intolerance has a spectrum. Some people are 100% lactose intolerant, meaning that they really can't consume any lactose containing foods, or else they will have some pretty rough problems. Others, however, have a much lighter reaction, so light in fact that they may hardly notice it at all. Wow, so lighter reaction. The following are 8 of the most common symptoms of lactose intolerance. If you experience some of these after eating dairy products containing lactose, you may not digest lactose as well as you thought you did. 1. Diarrhea. One of the most common symptoms of lactose intolerance, diarrhea, can occur when undigested lactose acidifies the colon, leading to an increase in osmotic load that results in watery stools. This doesn't have to be major, long-lasting diarrhea. It could be that just the first one or two times you use the washroom, your stools are looser, or maybe you find yourself heading to the bathroom more urgently than usual after consuming. After first one or two time, it could be just that the first one or two times you use the bathroom, your stools are looser. Or maybe you find yourself heading to the bathroom more urgently than usual after consuming. 2. Constipation. If you are not team diarrhea, perhaps you swing the other way. Individuals with lactose intolerance may also experience constipation, which can be attributed to decreased intestinal motility caused by the presence of methane produced from undigested lactose. Wow, so methane is produced. Motility, what is motility? This can be fairly uncomfortable, and if you stay plugged up for too long, can cause some more serious problems. What is motility? Right? Motility is the ability of an organism to move independently using metabolic energy. Metabolic energy, right? Motility, like mobility. The ability to move spontaneously or the rate or degree of such movement. Advanced zinc deficiency can impair the motility and number of sperm. Motility. Move, right? Motility. Okay. That's the problem with the Facebook. It just disconnects itself from the reading, right? This one. So motility is the movement of some germs, biological stuff. So if you are not team diarrhea, perhaps you swing the other way. Individuals with lactose intolerance may also experience constipation, which can be attributed to decreased intestinal motility caused by the presence of methane produced from undigested lactose. This can be fairly uncomfortable, and if you stay plugged up for too long, can cause some more serious problems. Right? Plugged up. 3. Flatulence, right? The fermentation of undigested lactose by bacteria in the colon produces gases like hydrogen, carbon dioxide, and methane. This leads to bloating, abdominal discomfort, and excessive flatulence. Not only is these are highly uncomfortable, but it also can be incredibly embarrassing. Pay attention to how your body reacts when eating non-lactose containing foods versus lactose containing to see if you can notice an increase in gas and flatulence, right? Flatulence, maybe fart. I forgot the meaning. Flatulence. So that's why we need to read on a daily basis. Flatulence, emptiness, void, hollowness, vacuity, vacancy, flatulence. Flatulence is the expulsion of gas from the intestines via the anus, commonly referred to as farting. Flatus is the medical word for gas generated in the stomach or bowels. Flatus. Right, let's go for the exact pronunciation.
Flatulence.
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 Flatulence. Some strange pronunciation. Flatulence. Flatulence. Bloating.